Hello, and welcome to Stoneblock 4. This is going to be your ultimate beginner's guide, taking you all the way through the getting started stages of the mod. So, you're going to start whether on a server or a single player world. P.S. If you're watching this near launch, and I don't know for how long after, we do have a server, by the way, which, as you can see in my snipping tool, has 18 people currently playing, which is insanity. If you want to join on our Stoneblock 4 server, then just join discord.gg/modded Minecraft. So, when you first spawn in, you come into here, Echo Projection, and this is the room. You can talk to this guy, and he's going to take you through the main steps of the game. So, complete stage, initialization, craft a crude brush. Now, you may think that that is the first item you need to then craft, but it's not. Come out of him, then go into your quest book up top here, and go to Getting Started. And that's actually where we then go. The crude brush is actually at the end here. So, a mysterious path. You get this, which is a coin. Where do you spend those coins? It's this guy here. Shop. And that's where you spend them. It's actually not in the quest book like some shops are. It's at spawn here. Then what we're going to do is we're going to go upstairs. Up here. And this is where we're going to basically choose what kind of spawn we want for our base. It's absolutely stunning. This is probably the most refined and beautifully made pack I've ever seen in my life. It's absolutely incredible. So massive well done to the Feed the Beast team. Go through this portal, and you get to choose one. I'm going to choose a vibrant and colourful cherry tree. And this is then going to be your actual spawn base. And you can always do /spawn to get back to where you just were. So this is where we start. Then we go into our inventory, quests, take the heart, etc. And then it says Feed the Beast events. When you then click that to enable events, you get a bee event. That is basically a loot bee in front of us. And as you can see, he's dropping things like eggs. Don't throw the egg. You're going to need it later. Always keep that egg, basically until you get roosts done. And the bee will just keep dropping loot until it's done. There we go. Awesome. I got an iron chest, etc. On my last playthrough on my server, I actually got like a crystal chest, and it can be really cool loot. I got 11 pasta and mutton chops. It was amazing food. So it's all up to chance. Okay, now we need to make a crafting table and a stone pebble. What you're going to do is go up to some stone here, and also this is real grass, you can get it for seeds, etc. And you're going to start hitting the stone, which is going to give you some pebbles. With those pebbles, you can put 4 in your crafting table to get cobblestone. And then, with 4 cobblestone, you can then make a crafting table. That gives you some more stone pebbles, etc. for your quest reward. It then has a quest about ultimine. Basically, if I hold the grave key, you can see here, you can shift between different shapes. Like shapeless, you need to have a tool in your hand, though. I'll show you it in a minute. And what tools will you make? It's going to be a stone hammer, as shown, and also a stone crook. You're also going to want to make this kind of stone hammer, but we need to actually first get a furnace. You can, in your crafting table, make a furnace with cobblestone, just like normal. I'd place that down. Of course, we have no fuel for it yet. You then want to make a stone crook with some stone rods, which is just 2 stone together. So get your stone crook. And then you want to get some dirt. So you could just mine up some of this grass. There's enough around that you're not going to kind of run out. And there is ways to get more grass later. So what you then want to do is you want to use the dirt and use your crook on it. And when you use your crook on the dirt, you're going to get loads of saplings. And that's how we get saplings. Place the sapling down. And then if you shift around it, you can see these little particles coming up. Now, it's V for Victor. It's called squat grow. You see it says squat grow enabled. It's V for Victor, and you shift around it. If it's not growing, it's probably where you've placed it. I had a bit of issues with this. Maybe not enough space, etc. And there you go. I've now got that. Now, what I haven't shown you is the hammer. So you've seen the crook and how to get saplings, but what about the hammer? Well, all of that cobblestone you've got, I want you to place it down. Then get your stone hammer, press the grave key. The grave key, if you're not sure what it is the button beneath the escape key on your keyboard. So top left, escape. The one below it is the grave key. Hold that down. and I can use my stone hammer to break all of them at once. And therefore I've got 5 gravel. So cobblestone with the hammer makes gravel. Then we want to get charcoal. So what you can do is go up to your tree, hold down the grave key, and get rid of the entire tree with one chop with ultimine. Lovely. And then, of course, what we can do is we can put some of the logs in here and some of the logs up here, or saplings in here, whatever you want, to make charcoal. Once you've then got charcoal, which I'm just going to spawn in like that, of course, we can then make with the charcoal cobblestone into stone. And once you've got cobblestone into stone, what you can then make is a stone hammer. And that stone hammer is actually really cool. It's not going to break things down like cobblestone to gravel, but what it will do is mine in a 3x3 like that for you. You can also make wooden shears by putting 2 pieces of wood planks together to get shears, and then you get, leaves. So you could just, and you can ultimine it as well to get all your leaves from your shears, your wooden shears. There we go, that's that quest done. Then we have a wooden basin, and that's just loads of logs like this. So you can now make a wooden basin, and this is how you get water. And what we can do is we can put the leaf on top like that, and then we can jump on it like that. And eventually, can you see some water in the basin below me? This is going to make us half a bucket of water. There we go. So once we've got the water, you don't really need it yet, but I've got 2 buckets in there. So what we can now do is we can get a campfire, and I want you to just right-click leaves on it, as you can see here. And can you see at the top of the screen it says 4 seconds left? These leaves are then going to turn into plop, 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 plop. I can again right-click the leaves on there, only 4 at a time. I get dry leaves. And I want you to place those dry leaves down, and then we are going to get our crook and break the leaves, and we get straw. With straw, what you're going to make is going to be really exciting, actually. It's going to be your crude brush. Remember those pebbles we got at the very start? You can use that, a stick, which you just make from your normal planks, and straw to make a crude brush. Now, that was the quest, remember, we wanted at the very start with that guy. So once you've got your crude brush, what you'll then notice is that, like, okay, there's no more main quests coming out. That's interesting. Well, more on that in a minute. More smashing. Using a hammer, we can break down dirt into sand and sand into dust. You're going to be wanting to do that a lot soon. What I would recommend is this, okay? Compressing things. So I'm going to take you through the whole process. Let's get a stack of cobblestone. What you can do is compress your cobblestone like this. So compress cobblestone, and then I get my hammer, and I ultimine it like this, and I hit it all, and that turns it all into gravel. What I then do is get my compressed gravel, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I hit it with the hammer, and what I get is compressed dirt, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You don't have to compress it, but what I'm showing you is that if you compress it, you can do a lot at once. I compress the dirt, or hit dirt, and I get compressed sand. And then I hit it again, and I get compressed dust. Now, if I just get one of those dusts now and I break it, and I put it back in my inventory, I can then uncompress the dust. And if we push U on it, now this is using worker tokens, which I'll show you later. But basically, using one of your brushes, your crude brush, on dust will get you redstone dust, gold, and tin. And a few other bits and bobs, like bone meal. If I use the brush on sand, we can get clay, copper, silver, nickel, etc. Using it on gravel can even get you diamonds if you're lucky. And then using it on cobblestone will get you raw stonium. Using it on, etc., etc. You get the point. But using it on different materials gets you different things. Like using it on sand will get you copper, a lot of copper and clay. But using it iron, for example, is gravel. Like gravel gets you iron. If you're not sure how to do this or what material gives what, go into your inventory, click, and then press U on the crude brush. Okay, where are we at now? We need to get some sand. So I've just shown you how to get sand. It's not recognized it in my quest because it was compressed. So not compressed anymore, is it? And then we can make a bonsai tree, which is out of bricks. So again, bricks you can get from smelting clay. Clay, you can see here, you brush the sand. But I haven't shown you how to brush yet, I've just realised. So I'm going to get my, like that. And then what you could do is get your brush and you can right click and hold right click. And that's how you brush it, just like in vanilla Minecraft. But you can also hold down the grave key and it will do all of them like that. And you'll get loads all at once like that. Brushing dirt is also how you get grass seeds, which you can use to make grass on your dirt. There we go. It then tells you about chickens and eggs, and that's how you can start the roost mod. I would probably look at my tutorial that I've got on my YouTube channel for the roost mod. And I've actually got tutorials on my channel. If you're not aware, please do subscribe, by the way. It really helps me out. I've got tutorials for nearly every single mod in this mod pack. Single mod guides, not just mod pack guides. What you'll now notice in the getting started guide is that, if I get some clay and a bonsai pot, which you can just put saplings and trees in, you'll pretty much notice, like, okay, what next? I know we've got charcoal here, but it doesn't matter. We've done the main story quest. What now? Do /spawn, and it opens a time door to spawn for the Tempad mod. Again, I've got a tutorial for that mod if you want. And we're going to talk to this guy again, and we're going to say, I've got my crude brush, I'm complete. And then he tells us to make a chronon generator. And what we could do is go back up the stairs and go through the portal upstairs. That'll take you back to your base. So now you've unlocked some more bits. Proving yourself. To show Echo, he wants you to make iron. So I've just shown you how to brush the different materials and what materials you get from those materials and how to degradate them into, etc., etc. So an iron hammer you want to make. So iron, you can basically, to get iron, what you want to do is just get those chunks. Where is it? You basically put them like 2 by 2 in your crafting grid. You know that you get from brushing the materials, and it'll make you a chunk, and then you just smelt it up. That's all there is to it, really, with that. And then it says Secrets of the Spring and Becoming the Unearther. So this says to get gold, and it says to get redstone. Now remember, we know that we can get them from brushing dust for that one. So cobblestone into gravel, into dirt, into sand, into dust, and then brush the dust. And that's how you get these. So that's gold and redstone. And then it says Secrets of the Spring, an amethyst shard, and locate the underground springs. Look on your map with M for Mike, and north of your base is a spring. All you need to do for this is not go into creative, but use your hammer or use your stone hammer that's a 3 by 3, and basically you want to dig north and keep going north. Put down torches. Regarding torches, here's a little tip. When you get your charcoal, what you can do is you can, just showing a crafting table because it's going to annoy me. You can get stone. No, sorry. What am I showing you? Oh yeah, you can put your charcoal in here and you get 8 tiny charcoal. And then with 1 stick and 1 tiny, you can make 2 tiny torches. But if I put on with F7, the light overlay, you can see here that you can light up the same amount of area as a normal torch with 1/8 of the cost of coal. And obviously early game coal is, pretty rare stuff. Or charcoal, but just keep going north. And remember, if you want to keep all of this cobblestone, you can compress it, remember, and turn it into dirt and sand, and then just put it all on the floor. And one other thing you might want to do is to compress it on the go while mining north, is a crafting table on a stick. Simply a sign and a crafting table, and you've then got a crafting grid you can open up in your inventory. Very useful. Thank you to Crimson Seraph in my stream for telling me that. And to Mac as well. You two were invaluable. Invaluable? You were very good. For my tips. I do stream this mod pack. I stream every week, by the way. And then once you finally get here, we're now in the spring. So this is the place that you needed to locate. Mobs will spawn in this area, by the way, in these springs. And up here is the amethyst that you can obviously mine. There's a staircase that goes up here. And there's a brewing stand and a pot and some bits and bobs up here, like a smithing table, which you will need for a later recipe, which I've just realised in my actual survival playthrough that I could have just gotten one there. But you could just mine these blocks of amethyst to get amethyst. Once you've done that, you can now make the Chronon generator. Basically, this is going to generate Chronon passively. You need a clock. You obviously know how to get gold and redstone from brushing. A Chronon cell is made with the items you can make here. Where are those chunks? I can't find them. But yeah, you want to make a Chronon generator. And once you've made that, you have to click it to submit it and then press submit. And it will give you one back and you unlock the world engine and things like that. And that's basically the next part of the story unlocked. So if you can't go any further, we need to go back to spawn. And it's going to open a door, we go through, and we're going to talk to this guy again. And he's going to go, well done. Now we need to convert a zombie villager in a healing spring. And what he's going to give us just now is a worn out ender lead. And I think you can now do /home. So basically with the energy in your Chronon generator, because remember from the quest, you've handed one in, you then get given one, and a lost cell of the echoes. The way this works is this cell, can you see it says 1 and now 2? It's slowly generating Chronon from your Chronon generator. And when you do /spawn and /home, that opens up that portal door, it will use some of the energy in this item here. Okay, this next bit, you need to make a big old dark empty room for a zombie villager to spawn. So what I done, I'm going to show you actually on my actual server. Again, if you're wondering if you should play on our server, that's how many people are on right now as I'm filming this video. There's absolutely zero lag. We have a very, very, very high-end server and everyone is free to play on it. You just have to join our Discord, discord.gg/moddedminecraft. So what I have done, I'm just going to go into creative. As you can see in here, you're going through here. There's a zombie villager here. And I've dug out a big empty room for zombie villagers to spawn. And then that lead that he gave you, you use this, you click it onto a villager. Yeah, you right click it onto a villager and it'll take it into the lead. But yeah, just dig out a room like this. Don't do it near the spring. Make sure you actually do it like out in this tunnel that you would have made. That's the best place. And all I've done, oh my god, I can't get up here, is I put a fence there to stop them getting through. Oh look, a pig has spawned in my base. How cool. Sometimes random stuff can happen, it seems, in this mod pack, which I kind of like. I'm just going to get a zombie villager spawn egg. So imagine you've got a zombie villager, you right click it with the lead, and then what we're going to go and do is we're going to go down to the spring. Do be careful to put torches in your corridor to the spring, by the way. And then right click it into the spring, and that will literally heal him into a normal villager. Bum, 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 bum. There you go, and he has now been healed. And then you can right click on the lead again to pick him up so you don't lose him. Now this is where it gets really cool, okay? The first world craft. Amethyst Resonance Charm, which is from leather and amethyst. Leather, remember earlier how you dried the leaves on the campfire? Just right click rotten flesh on the campfire and it will dry it into leather like it did with the leaves. And then the amethyst, well, you know where to get that. So make an amethyst resonance charm. And then you want to get an iron stick, which is 2 sticks and an iron ingot. If you're thinking, what? Well, then just trust me. So get an amethyst charm thing. An iron stick. Speaking of sticks, by the way, you go at construction. You can see you can make things like copper sticks, iron sticks, and these are construction sticks, which will really help you with building. You should make those. The end. I'm going to go back to spawn quickly now. I think. What how to get there? Oh yes, oh yes, oh yes. Sorry. I thought, hang on a minute, how do we actually get there? So you're not going to believe where we're about to go. Get your Chronon cell, this lost cell of the echoes, and I want you to shift right click it on the ground. Like that, okay? Shift right click. It's going to open a time door to the world engine. Take your amethyst resonance charm and your iron stick with you. And that makes this insane place. It's the world engine. See this block in front of you, the world engine? Right click it. Shift click in your amethyst charm and your iron stick. And what you're going to get after a few seconds, maybe like 5-10 seconds, is an echo encoder. You can then just do /home to open up a portal door to your home again. Then right-click your lead to get your villager out, and then shift right-click him with the echo encoder, and he's been turned into a token, which is amazing. And then basically we go on to an unearther. Tinted glass is made of amethyst and glass. Polished deep slate. You could just mine deep slate. Like, you just keep mining in the directions and you will get deep slate. Pretty much. And then you can make an unearther. It's a big old block, the unearther. Like, big. When you right click it, you can see that we can put food in here, a brush in here, and at this point, you may want to make the default Minecraft brush. Durability nearly 400 if you have a feather. I had a feather from the bee event, so it's kind of luck, but you know, you never know. Reinforced brush, we'll need a smithing table. Don't forget, so at this point, we need to make a salvaging table as well. To be able to use the worker token in an unearther, you need a villager that has one of the 3 jobs. Archaeologist can brush dirt, etc. Uses a decorative pot for the workstation. A geologist uses a salvaging table. And he can brush gravel, soul sand, and crushed kiwi. So what you actually want to do at this point is you could make one yourself, but go to your healing spring. Do make sure you light it up, guys. It's a disaster. And up here, look, is a smithing table and a pot. So what we can do is I've just shift clicked the worker token onto the smithing table, and now when I pick him back up, I've got a worker token toolsmith. So what I can now do is I can take that toolsmith one back. Don't do what I done in survival and make the smithing table. And then be like, oh, for God's sake. I can plop him into here. He'll eat food, and then you pop things in. So if I click and press U on the toolsmith, is it a toolsmith what to make? No, a salvaging table with a geologist. Salvaging table. You might need to make a salvaging table from amethyst dust. You make a cutting board from planks and then use the stone hammer on it to make the dust. So you might have to do it yourself. Salvaging table. Right click him on it. I'm in creative, hence why it's acting a bit weird. Geologist, sorry. I gave you... Oh my God. No, I'm literally spawning them in because I'm in creative. That's not what I want to do. I put the geologist in there. If I pressed U on the geologist, you can see I can put gravel in there. I then get my gravel. I plop it in there, and you've now automated brushing gravel. Hopefully that made sense. And as it says, the echo of guidance should now guide your next steps. And that is when you know that you can go back to spawn and talk to the guy again. The echo of guidance. Very cool mod pack, I must say. Now he's going, you know, blah, 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 blah. Each echo can be found in the lobby above within their respective archives. Your quest book allows you to set a waypoint on your map with each of their location. With these tokens, you can now reboot the archives. The echo of the machinist specializes in mechanical systems and basic automated machinery. So now you unlocking the archives, and if you go upstairs, you can now unlock archives. So we're really getting into the more intermediate. We're understanding how the mod pack works now, and getting into more advanced stuff. And if you do need any help, just join our Discord. When we come out here, you've got archive of guidance, and then we've got things like over here, the archive of the magician. And we can, wild potato. We can go down here, for example, and there's an archive of the magician, and he wants you to craft archwood planks, which is from Ars Nouveau. And we've got all the quest things down here, like tier 1 foundation, and this is going to take you into locating the magician, the machinist, and the quartermaster. And you're going to follow through with those quests. So he's going to say, do Ars Nouveau, you know, do mechanism, do whatever, do create, you know, do whatever you want. Well, not whatever you want, it's whatever they tell you. And we go through these steps in that tier with each of those, you know, people in these little things. And there you go, guys. That is your beginner's guide to Stoneblock 4. Let me check my notes that Stream Chat have given me. I think I've gone through everything, all of the tips that we had. I think we have, yeah. Hopefully that was really, really helpful for you. I'm absolutely adoring this pack. And like I said, if you want to join on our server, just join our Discord, discord.gg/moddedminecraft. And don't, of course, forget to subscribe.